Even though 2026 has seen some epic strategy titles, the rest of the year is looking even better. So if you're looking for something fresh, something unique to play, stay tuned, as coming up I'll be showcasing 18 great looking new and upcoming strategy games in 2026. From 4X to RTS, turn-based tactics to tower defense antics, this list has it all. So let's kick things off with one of my most anticipated games coming this year. It's Mars Tactics. It's getting published by Hooded Horse because they're just gobbling up all the good titles, but this looks to be a turn-based tactics game I've been craving ever since my last run of XCOM 2. Now I've been following this game for ages, lurking like a creep in their Discord server to see what the devs have been cooking up, and it just gets better and better. You've got two factions going head to head, with Capital's corporate military against Labor's revolutionaries in a brutal war for Mars's future. Then off the battlefield you'll be managing logistics, researching upgrades, and juggling each faction's unique features. Personally, I'm loving the visual style, and with the destructible maps and deep soldier progression, Mars Tactics is looking great. It's dropping sometime this year and could be a dream come true for fans of XCOM and other turn-based tactical games. Then up next is ZeroSpace, the sci-fi hybrid real-time strategy that's looking better than ever. And I say that because this title has just received some new textures, so it looks a lot better. And I think that's because someone new has joined the team, this RTS veteran that's also one of the founders of Relic Studios and a co-creator of Homeworld. Anyways, if you're craving that fast-paced StarCraft-like action, this is the title for you. Plus it's coming with an RPG-style campaign, which sounds very interesting, where you'll be playing as a commander of the Protectorate forces with humanity's future in your hands. Plus it's coming with co-op, plus a massive MMO-style kind of map going on. It seems very ambitious and a lot of potential here, and putting it all into this classic RTS structure fans will hopefully enjoy. ZeroSpace is coming to early access on the 20th of July, so if you're into RTS, this will definitely be for you. And now if you're looking for something grander, up next is this sci-fi title that combines grand strategy, city building, and RTS combat all into one ambitious title. In Beyond Astra, you'll start off with one city that's yours to discover, and then it's up to you to go from zero gravity that is, to hero in your own space opera. You'll be growing your empire's economy, the culture, the army, the religion, the science, as well as that diplomacy. Not only that, but you'll be building your cities in different architectural styles, and you'll also be engaging in RTS combat on the ground as well as in space. With the ever-evolving galaxy for you to explore and conquer, this game seems to be a very ambitious title, but the devs have said that's why it's been in development for over 6 years. Beyond Astra is releasing sometime this year. I'm very interested to see how it goes, so if you're looking for this grand sci-fi adventure, well then you definitely want it on your wish list today. Then coming up next on the list is Chronicles Medieval, set to be released in early access sometime this year. Hopefully, because this is one of those titles that just seems too good to be true. In this medieval world, you'll start off as a simple peasant with nothing but your name, and you'll need to battle your way to the upper classes and rightfully take your place in the bourgeoisie. As you start to win skirmishes and climb up that unforgiving social ladder, you'll build castles, defend them, and continue battling your way to a successful empire. You'll do this by recruiting, training, and leading your troops onto the battlefields. And you'll get to create historical units like the English longbowmen or the French cavalry. The devs are calling it Crusader Kings meets Bannerlord, which could be very epic if they manage to pull it off. So if some medieval style adventure and devastatingly epic battles are up your alley, then don't forget to add Chronicles Medieval to your wish list today. And following that is Pathbreakers Roaming Blades, which is this turn-based tactical RPG set in this medieval fantasy world in the harsh lands of Storm-Tossed Isle. It's another title published by Hooded Horse, but anyway, you'll be leading a team of mercenaries as you work, explore, or trade your way around procedurally generated open world adventures. But there's just so much to do here. You've got towns to look around in, you've got contracts to do, or dungeons to raid, and just so much more. In the game, you can select a character that's got a wide array of origin stories, or just create your own. It's up to you. Plus, you'll need to prepare for these brutal battles that looks like so much fun. It looks a bit like Battle Brothers meets Final Fantasy Tactics, which is an amazing combo. Pathbreakers is releasing sometime in 2026, so if you enjoy that kind of mercenary gameplay where you're out exploring and adventuring and battling your way to victory, this is the one to check out. Now, the tower defense genre is always one of my personal favorites, which is why I'm adding Dawn of Defense to this list. It's planned to be released in the end of this year, and it looks like it could be a little gem that's a great mix of RTS, tower defense, and roguelike progression. It's set in this fantasy world where you'll need to defend and reclaim your homeland from the Empire's evil clutches. What's interesting though is that the game is split into two gameplay mechanics, where the bottom charred ground is where you'll need to defend your base, setting up towers like the classic tower defense gameplay you might be used to, where you need to hold the line from waves of enemies. But then comes this real-time strategy action on top where you'll be both attacking and defending these areas like you're some kind of Bridge 4 and now you're Kaladin Stormblessed, getting your troops to take on the creatures up top. I tried out the demo and I gotta say it's a lot of fun. It's pretty tricky too, like trying to balance those two gameplay mechanics is not easy but a lot of fun. And it's great because there's always something to do, no rest for the wicked here. So if this kind of gameplay combo looks like fun with the tower defense and RTS combined into one, then Dawn of Defense might just be for you. Then releasing soon in the next few days is a real-time strategy that I've grown quite fond of. It's Tabletop Tavern. The game takes place in, well, you guessed it, in a tavern on a table. But what it lacks in grand or epic landscapes, it makes up for just in absolute chaos on that battlefield. It is a roguelike, which it's pretty cool, I don't mind. It means that you'll be moving up this map, choosing where to go and these different node points, where the enemies will slowly get harder the more you progress. The battles themselves are just so much fun. You'll be sending out your units to attack the enemy and you're just praying that your flanking maneuvers actually pay off. And to me, what it lacks in AAA graphics, it makes up in gameplay fun, like slowing down time and seeing such epic carnage unfold on your screen, it's a blast. So if you want a game that makes you feel like a kid again, like gathering your units to stomp on the enemy, Tabletop Tavern is a game to look out for. Next up is a title called Heroes Hour 2, which is a turn-based RPG auto-battler, another title getting published by Should Have Source. Now the original is such a great hidden gem, think Heroes of Might and Magic, but with a real-time battlefield where you can cast spells to help your little dudes out. The game comes with this chunky pixelated fantasy world that you need to rule with any means necessary, which generally means destroying or conquering your way to victory. But what's great is that there are endless ways to engage in just utter fun chaos. You could sacrifice your weakest link to a volcanic cult or raise some demons to fight for you. Like there's just so much faction, so many creatures, so many spells, so much freedom and creativity that's going on here. You can play it alone or with friends as you create devastating armies of vampires, gruffanom skeletons, or just create your own unique creatures. So if you want to take down your enemy in this blend of turn-based action, RPG, and auto-battling mechanics, then you might want to add Heroes Hour 2 to your wishlist today, which should be dropping sometime this year. Now, if you ever wanted to be a spy for MI5 or the CIA or just to be Archer, now is your chance in this Cold War strategy title called Espiocracy. It's another title getting published by a footed force, where in this game you'll be leading an intelligence agency, and it all takes place in the Cold War era, where you can rewrite your own history all the way up to 2020. Think of a game like Civilization, but for spies, which sounds like a lot of fun. And there's a lot to do here. You can spread propaganda, prepare for nuclear war, plan an assassination, engage in the space race, start a proxy war, stage a coup, the list goes on. And you'll be doing this while managing operations, budget, and staff across various countries. Plus, the game includes historically accurate people, from celebrities to inventors, but just make sure you're not putting the wrong person in charge of nuclear power, as this might cause some issues we don't want to see unfold. So if you wish to carry out your dream of being a spy, well, keep a golden eye out for this one. Espiocracy is looking great and one to watch out for. Following that is a potential rival to Victoria 3, it's Gilded Destiny. It's also getting published by Neutered Norse, where this grand strategy game will be having you leading a flourishing nation through the industrial age. In the game, you'll be taking control of a nation of your choice and leading it into the path of greatness. This will involve three main areas of diplomacy, war, and industrialization. You'll be able to choose from great-looking illustrated historical characters and maps that are all based on how the world looked in the 19th to the early 20th century. You'll be able to build cities, grow a massive army, establish production and trade, shape religion, cultures, and a whole lot more. So if you like Victoria and other Paradox titles, then I suggest adding Gilded Destiny to your wish list today. Now, I know I always feature Star Wars Zero Company, but I'm so looking forward to it as I'm just looking for something to fill that gap that XCOM 2 has left in my heart. Zero Company, which is what I used to call my weekends, is this turn-based tactics game that's giving more of a Andor kind of vibe in a way, where you'll be playing as Hawks, a former Republic officer leading an unconventional mercenary unit during the chaotic twilight of the Clone Wars. You'll spend your time commanding a unique strike team that includes a clone, a Mandalorian, and even a Jedi Padawan. And I gotta say, I am so looking forward to that combat. It's got elevation, it's got cover, it's got squad synergies. Yeah, it's looking great. It's set to launch sometime in 2026. And this is a total must wish list for fans of Star Wars or anyone who wants that kind of XCOM gameplay, but it's set in that Star Wars universe. Following that is another great looking turn-based title. It's Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate's Deathwatch. Quite a mouthful. Anyways, if you know Chaos Gate's Daemon Hunters, well, this is the direct sequel to it. So this hopefully means better classes, better squad customization, better missions, just better everything, I hope. In the game, you'll be building up your team from across the Imperium, fighting against various unique factions across the Tyrian expanse. Or if you just want to throw down without worrying about missions, there's a skirmish mode that offers standalone battles. So yeah, if you're a fan of turn-based chaos, then Deathwatch needs to be on your wishlist today. I just hope it comes out soon. And then for all my fans of the 4X genre, don't worry, as Atre Dominance Wars is just around the corner. A very interesting title this, where in this fantasy kingdom builder you'll be duking it out with your heroes as you expand and conquer this untamed land. The devs compared it to a mix of Heroes of Might and Magic meets Dune Spice Wars meets Stellaris. I mean, devs, are you sure you are feeling okay? Can that even work out? Well, as it turns out, it kinda does. I played the demo a while back and was blown away with the sheer potential of it all. It started out as a Kickstarter project, but after reaching its goal, it looks to be good to go. And it's clear to see why. Like, they've just fused a real-time 4X title into a god game, and yeah, the battles are pretty neat too. The fantasy setting is great, and I always love seeing indie studios putting it all on the line for such ambitious titles. So if you're a fan of the games I mentioned above, or you're just looking for a strategy game that's just so fresh with all of its ideas, Atre Dominance Wars is dropping on the 8th of June, and I can't wait to see how it goes. Okay, now it's time to throw in my Project Hail Mary of a title with Game of Thrones War of Westeros. It's one of those games where I think the devs shared the trailer and didn't think people would freak out about it, but I mean, why wouldn't we? The gameplay looks like it'll be similar to Battle for Middle-earth, which, I mean, is incredible. Like, come on, this is literally a game that everyone has been wanting for years. And what do the devs do? Silence. For a year, we haven't heard crickets, and many people have just moved on and forgotten about it. To be honest, I did too, until I found this professionally designed presentation from the studio Playside, the team behind the title. What's interesting is that they made Age of Darkness, so at least they have some RTS background to their name. But besides that, still much is a mystery. Other than you're in the world of Westeros, where you can conquer the 7 kingdoms either solo or in this epic free-for-all multiplayer by playing as one of the great houses. I'm still remaining positive for War of Westeros. It might just be the Battle for Middle-earth remake we've all been wanting. Coming up next is Systemic War, which is this grand strategy game featuring a modern conflict simulation. You'll be able to play during the period of 2008 to 2025, where you'll be choosing different countries from USA to Turkey, and it's looking similar to other games like Warno or World in Conflict. In the game, you'll be managing your nation, engaging in tactical RTS battles, and developing economy and industry, and a whole lot more. So yes, the game's kind of split into two. You've got the grand strategy side of things that looks very interesting, but then it'll be also those real-time strategy battles that take place in these real-world locations with cool modern electronic warfare technology. But yes, when it comes to that grand strategy, diplomacy will be playing a role, as your relationships with international partners will be determining the support and reinforcements that you'll be able to receive. Again, it's another game showing a lot of potential. So if you're a fan of those modern RTS titles and looking for something a little bit different, Systemic War might just be for you. Alright, now in my previous video I featured a lot of city builders, but I'm including Mandate Order here because it's very similar to Manor Lords in a way and includes a lot of strategic elements as well. To be honest, I struggled to tell the difference, so I just asked the devs on Reddit, where they responded with a few key differences. First up, the terrain system looks like it's going to be playing a much bigger role. It's going to be impacting a lot of different mechanics within the game. And also the buildings and decisions are also based on the ancient Chinese city-states instead of the typical European feudal systems. And even though it's coming with city building elements, it's also featuring a lot of large-scale real-time strategy battles, including some epic siege warfare. Also, it's releasing as a complete game, no early access here. In other words, the studio is taking what made Manor Lords great and seeks to improve upon its issues, and it's all based in ancient China. It could be cool, could be a flop, but it's always great to see a change of scenery every now and then, and Mandate Order might be an interesting title when it comes out later this year. Then for all my RTS fans out there, another epic Warhammer title that's coming out, it's Dawn of War 4, which needs to be on the top of your list. Sure, Dawn of War 3 was a bit rocky to say the least, but this installment is coming from the studio King Art Games, the same team behind Iron Harvest, which was actually pretty decent. I'm very happy about that, and from what it seems from early playthroughs, many are saying that the series is returning to its old school roots. You know, that classic style of base building and managing massive armies set in this glorious grim dark, and in the grim darkness of the future war, there is only war. The game will bring us 4 unique factions, including the Space Marines, Orcs, Necrons, and for the first time ever, the Adeptus Mechanicus. It's looking so good, from the animations to the weapon effects to the sounds as well. Dawn of War 4 is dropping on the 17th of September for PC, and even if you're not a Warhammer fan, this is a RTS title not to be missed. And then rounding up this list, I've got a game that I've been waiting for 2 years already. It's Fragile Existence, another game getting published by Crooked Course. In the game, you'll be taking command of humanity's last remnants as they flee an overwhelming mysterious threat, using both 4X and real-time strategy mechanics to help you out. This means that core gameplay loop will be expansion, exploiting, and exterminating on a grand scale. You know the deal. But then it'll also mix in some real-time strategy and Battlestar Galactica type survival, and you're getting a game that's got so much potential. You land on a planet, scan for resources, build a base, call it home, but that's not enough. See, combat will then come in many forms, either on the ground or in space, and you'll need to decide what's the best plan. Fight or flight. So if you want to explore uncharted worlds, manage dwindling resources, and lead humanity's fight for survival, then you definitely want to add Fragile Existence to your wish list today. But that wraps up my list. What did you think? What are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comments section below, and don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to find more gaming goodness. A big shout out to my channel members. You guys always mean so much to me. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.